What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Pleeka podcast. I'm Jerome. With me, as always, is Hess. Today, we're talking about Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 7, the final Harry Potter movie.
What up?
What up? I actually just remembered I should share my audio.
Yeah, you should.
Advanced computer audio, share. All right, let me just double check.
Yeah.
You can hear
Killer, Mommy. Killer.
Yes.
And we're recording. Perfect.
Hate that sound.
That's a big Twinkie.
Killer. What, this gets under your skin?
Mommy. Killer.
Yeah.
Makes you feel like you're Jason Voorhees and your mom's like
Ugh.
making you kill people.
Yeah. Psycho Jason
hate when that
Voorhees
happens.
mom. Pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Are you excited? We finished all the fucking Harry Potter movies. Can you believe it?
That felt good.
Yeah, all done.
You're a wizard,
No more,
Harry.
That's pretty crazy.
no more Potter.
So, what do you think? Do you like Harry Potter more or less than Game of Thrones?
God.
After completing both, you know, they're like it's pretty big sci-fi things you watched, fantasy, you know.
I mean, I would say I like Game of Thrones better.
Because, like, all the boobies and wieners in that, you know?
Gabagool.
Yeah, boobies and wieners. Yeah.
Boobies, wieners, and... Oh, well, we got some white... Wasn't that white dragon in this was kind of fun? There's actually kind of a lot of dragons in this last movie, surprisingly.
Yeah. Yeah.
The movie opened up, which it kind of surprised me, because you know the last one, it ended with, like, it was almost like an end credits, you know, Voldemort and the lightning in the sky and all that.
Yep.
It just opened up with that same exact scene, and then you go straight to, like, Dobby's grave and whatever.
Yeah.
But that kind of surprised me. I was like, oh, fuck, we're still seeing this guy, like, fuck around with lightning?
Yeah, well, you know, it was like I mean, I don't know. I wonder if, I don't know how far apart they were, but
I think they filmed these, like, the same time, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that this was one of them where they're like, we're going to film the two movies back to back, and they come out, like, a couple months apart or, like, a year apart or something.
maybe they were like, maybe they're going to forget if we don't put this in there. I don't know.
Probably. It made me wonder, too. Like, I feel like, because, like, in these last two movies, I feel like you could have cut out a lot of the flashes and stuff that they were doing with their minds and all this stuff, and you could have actually probably blended these into, like, one kind of 3-hour-long movie, and it would have been fine. Instead of two and a half hour movies, or 2 hours and 10 minutes, whatever this last one was.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't mind that it was two movies or two parts.
I do feel like it wasn't really necessary to be two, but at the same time, yeah, I did enjoy it. I really, I kind of didn't know how much I liked the Harry Potter movies until we rewatched them.
You like your panties?
They're cool. Like I said, I won't rewatch. I won't watch them again. But I mean, it's
you'll
cool
never
that,
watch another one of these
know,
again.
I mean, I couldn't imagine being like, you know what? I think I'm gonna watch Harry Potter tonight. I mean, I don't. Really
I guess because they're long as
movies I
fuck though
like.
too. So yeah, what's the last movie
You know what I
actually
mean?
that you rewatched?
Probably. I can't even tell you the name of it. It was on. Well, probably two. Well, we talked about it last week. 2 weeks ago, it was "I Love You, Man."
Oh, right, yeah.
It was on, and then what's the one with Jonah Hill, McLovin? What's that one again?
Oh,
What's the
Superbad.
name?
Superbad.
Superbad. That was
That's
that
a
was
good
on
rewatch.
that was on the other night, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen this in probably fucking 5-10 years. So I was
Yeah.
like, so I mean, and maybe in something like that where,
Mhm.
like I say, in 5 to 10 years it's on, and I'm going, oh shit, I wonder. I don't really remember what happens here. Like if
Mhm.
it catches my interest, but
If
you know,
if
never
you were
know.
going to rewatch, I guess we
I
should wait
haven't
until we get to
rewatched-
our ranking. But I was gonna say
I
if you were
haven't
going to
rewatched
watch one.
any Game of Thrones or anything.
It's true. I almost thought about
So-
rewatching House of the Dragon. Like when it was over, I was like, I should watch it again. You know, make sure I got everything.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then I watched the first episode, and I was like, nah, I kind of remember everything. I just need to not watch this. I don't like.
And
I'm just gonna get bored.
I thought about rewatching The Righteous Gemstones, but I was like, I'll remember it once they start.
That's when I did rewatch Righteous Gemstones, but that's just because that show's fucking hilarious, and I just wanted to
It
rewatch
is.
it.
It is fun.
I'm so glad that's back on.
It is
Did you
nice.
watch the new one last night?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I've been watching The Idol, like I was texting about. I haven't watched the newest one, But
I heard that.
every week
Yeah.
watching that, it's like so depressing going to HBO and watching
Yeah.
like a dumbass show like that.
Gabagool.
So I'm glad to have like a real like a Danny McBride show on Sundays where like Adam Devine stuff feels like a real HBO show finally.
Yeah, I heard the. I don't know. Abby was like the idol. She's like, it's definitely more like a chick show.
I feel like the idea
So-
is so much better than the way they execute it.
Yeah.
But we'll see. From this show now,
Oh, you little dick
has got
weasel.
sniped. Holy shit!
Seriously, fuck off.
But after
Sniped.
after seeing this show, I don't think Euphoria season 3 is ever gonna happen.
Oh,
I
really?
don't think we'll get Euphoria season 3. That's because like
Wow.
Zendaya's busy as fuck. Like all these
Yeah.
people are doing other things. Angus Cloud's getting arrested and all kinds of other shit because
Yeah.
apparently he's just the same dude. But like, it seems like it's not gonna happen, which I'm kind of fine with at this point. The season 2
It's
kinda
just kind
lost
of
me.
a. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
ever watch those specials that before they did like during COVID? They did like
Mm-mm.
those were really good. Those are probably like the best episodes that they have out there of Euphoria. So like I was so excited for season 2 after that, and then
Oh, wow.
season 2 was just fucking boring.
No, I think it was literally just the reason I watched it was Abby just kept bugging me about it, and I was
Mhm.
just like, all right, cool, I'll watch it. And then I think I talked to like you and Nick, and you guys were like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I got Nick to start watching it
I-
because Zendaya like
Oh, nice.
sits someone down and starts like torturing someone at one point, like to get information from them, and she starts
Yeah.
like pretending she's like dudes from The Wire and shit like that. So then
Mm.
that got him to be like, "Oh, okay, I'll give the show a whirl." They talk
There
about
you
The
go.
Wire on here. Now I'm down.
Gabagool.
Very nice.
So this I thought was kind of weird. They had a fake sword of Gryffindor that they had in that lady's
Yeah.
vault or whatever. Apparently they've had it there the
Yeah.
whole time, and then they made a deal with that elf dude to like, okay, we'll give you the sword if you give us the Horcrux that's probably there. But then it's like, wouldn't you need the sword to destroy the Horcrux?
Yeah.
And then it also this is some of the things that I was like, it made it kind of weird that there was 2 movies, is because like now all of a sudden in this one they're like, oh well, we just get the Basilisk Fang, and because that the sword killed him, so all of his fangs now can destroy Horcruxes. So why wouldn't they?
Right.
Why didn't they just go to Hogwarts right in the beginning of the other movie? They each of them get a fang, and then they're all set.
I know. I know.
That would have been such a
Well,
smarter move.
Well, but I think they just thought of it.
True. Yeah. But they did.
So,
they,
and the most surprising thing was Ron thought of it.
Yeah, true. I even like that. I don't remember if it was that part exactly or it was another part where he remembered something, but he said something, and he was like, "You said that like a year ago or a month ago to Hermione," and she like kind of smiled, and she was like, "I did."
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck, this kid's
Yeah.
picking up on some stuff. Like, I like that. I like when you actually get to see Ron grow, not just be the little dummy with them. This was interesting too. This ended up kind of saving them all a little bit. That Draco's wand became Harry's wand, and that introduced us to being able to steal people's wands. So then that helped him out at the end of Voldemort and all that. But I kind of like that. That like your wand, like if you get disarmed, your wands can be like, no,
Yeah.
fuck you. Actually, I'm with Harry now. So
It is kind of cool. I was super confused in the beginning of this when they went in the room and they're talking to that old man. I'm like, who the fuck is this? I'm like, who? And then they finally got to where I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, okay. But at first I'm like, who is it? I'm like, have we seen this guy before?
That's
I'm
so
like,
funny. Like, I think he's in the last movie for like a second because he was arrested with them down there. But I
Yeah.
only recognize his voice, and I know his voice because he's in Doctor Who.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
one of the doctors in that.
Doctor Who.
But so my next thing I got here is the Vault Cup and the sword. I really liked that scene when they go in there and they end up meeting Malfoy and his friends
Oh,
and all
yeah.
that. Which it was. Did you think it was weird that one of his friends was just replaced with a black guy? Because
Yeah.
they had the ones that like Harry and Ron turned into, but like now it was just the one dude that Harry turned into, and then
Yeah.
a random dude that we've never seen before.
That definitely crossed my mind. I'm like, I'm like, apparently they couldn't strike a deal with him, or he was busy, or
And
something.
I don't know
'cause-
why it just made it felt weird because I was like, well, he's kind of like a villain. He's in Slytherin. You think I don't know why? I just assumed they'd be like racist or something. But I was like, oh,
Yeah.
see, he's not all that evil. He has like,
The
some
pup
friends.
set up. The pup set up on the
Oh,
bed.
shit. Is there someone out there? It's funny. She probably hears Taylor in the hallway.
He like shot up like.
That's funny. But what'd you think of the fire dragon that they set off that ended up killing one of the friends?
That was cool. It was cool. It kind of caught me off guard that it was just like there. Like it was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Well,
here's a.
I was confused. Was that a defensive thing of the vault, or was he doing a spell to make the fire come out? One of Malfoy's friends. Because he was doing
I
like
was
fire
under-
with his wand, but it seemed like a defense thing.
Yeah, I think it was to like a defense
Oh,
of
okay.
that.
Cause I
Her.
felt like that guy, like, no way that guy's strong enough to build this giant fire dragon.
Yeah, I think it was. A defense of Bellatrix's
Okay.
thing, or I don't know. I kind of was under the impression there were more things right there too.
That makes sense.
I did like that spell though, that everything you touched like just kept
I was
fucking
just
multiplying.
gonna say that was really cool. Everything falling down
Yeah.
and just like jumping into multiple pieces.
I was like, God, I'm like, that would fucking suck so hard. Like,
I know, imagine
fucking-
having to clean that up. You're like, son of a bitch, you knock it over again right at the end.
I was like, wow, that would suck.
What'd you think about Dumbledore's brother and sister? We got introduced to them very, very briefly and kind of randomly.
Yeah,
They got,
it
and they
was
kind
kinda-
of talked shit about him too. They didn't seem to like him very much, or at least the
Yeah.
brother. The sister didn't really say
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, sister didn't say all that much. Brother, yeah, it almost made it. He almost made him sound like he wasn't a good guy. Like he
Yeah,
wasn't
and then he's
you
just
know?
using Harry. Even
Yeah.
Harry's little flashback with the Snape tears that made him be like seem like he's just using Harry to die. But then you know, like we say, he has all the answers. So he's using Harry to die, knowing he was gonna resurrect him with that stone and all that shit. So I feel like he's not really a bad guy. They just like to paint him that way.
Well, he's misunderstood.
True.
So
I did really like that scene though too. Later on when he figures out that the golden snitch had the resurrection stone in it and all that, that was really cool. Because I kind of forgot how he gets out of like dying and all that shit. So I was like, oh, that totally makes sense. They told us the fucking stone last movie, so of course he's gonna use it.
Yeah. Well, it was funny. Well, because I remember I'm going, at first when he figured it out, I was like, oh shit. I'm like, he can bring back like Dumbledore or someone.
Yeah. Actually, that's what I was like, oh, is he gonna bring back his parents or something?
And then they went into the montage about like he has to die. I was like, oh well.
So while that was
use for
going
the stone.
on,
I was like,
while that was happening, did you think, oh, he's using the stone, or did you think, oh fuck, Harry's gonna die? Like, did you think for a second he was gonna stay dead?
No, absolutely not.
You didn't.
Not even for.
Not even after Game of Thrones when like all those characters
No.
get beheaded.
No. It's funny because who was it? Oh shit! Who's the guy? Oh, when he quote unquote dies and goes and meets Dumbledore, like wherever they are
in the white train station or whatever. Yeah.
He looked to me. He looked like Tobey Maguire, and I was like, "This could be the intro to Spider-Man."
That'd be he dies and turns into Spider-Man. What a great, and then just keep the series going.
Yeah,
I love
like,
that. That is crazy.
I go, he kind of looks like Tobey Maguire.
That's good. I love that. That'd be so fun for a movie series to actually do. That was to like kill the character, and then just jump into a whole new one like nothing happened.
It would be kind of funny.
What'd you think about when Snape and McGonagall were fighting? Harry gets into Hogwarts. She's got his back. He's calling him out, and then he also feels kind of fucked up that the bad guys get to do is it the Death Eaters or whatever when they turn all black and then like smoke out the window?
Yeah.
But the good guys need to have like a fun little way to zip out some room.
Yeah, it is pretty cool how they can just do that, and then
they can just like they don't even need a broom to fly.
So I was confused with like Malfoy, the Malfoys and stuff. Like
they're kind of just like
across
bitches.
the bridge.
They just like go willy nilly. They're like, oh, like at the end, he's like Malfoy's like, no, I'll stick with the good guys, and then his mommy's like, no, but come with us, honey. And then he was like, okay,
wasn't
I'm
that
bad
her
again.
that was standing over Harry, and she was like, he's dead, but he clearly wasn't dead.
Yeah. Well,
That was her,
I
right?
think he was dead there for a minute
No.
until the stone.
He was like moving.
Oh, was he moving?
I could have sworn he was, and I'm going, she's helping him.
Oh, maybe she was. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking wrong, but in my head, I'm going,
No,
she's like helping him. And then Malfoy,
it lines up with how
like,
weird they are.
He doesn't tell, say that was him when she made him look like a fucking hillbilly from West Virginia, fucking Appalachian Hills.
Just fat face.
And then he saves Malfoy and his friend from the fire, which that was hilarious. His friend was just an idiot, set the whole damn place on fire with it. He's like, his wand's on fire.
Yeah.
But I thought that was funny.
They
too.
really are like kind of good guys in a way. They're just like scared of Voldemort, I guess.
Well, yeah, I think
And
they just were like, oh, like we're just gonna, and then did not expect Mr. Neville Longbottom to come back into the. I'm
yeah, he
like,
fucking
what the
saved the
fuck
day,
are we
cutting the
doing here?
snake and
Yeah,
all that. Unbelievable, that Neville.
yeah, because well, even before that, even like him playing like Harriet Tubman in the Secret Underground Railroad, I'm like, I did not expect to see Neville Longbottom doing this. Is your
Shut
button
up.
stuck?
Jesus. I don't know what was happening there. He was just repeating himself. But yeah, that was fucking straight. Of all people to come through that tunnel from the painting, I thought it'd be like Snake, like some kind of like reveal, like oh, this character's with us, or like Malfoy's there, like what? But Neville.
Yeah, and then when he had to go talk to the ghost lady, I thought he was gonna have to go talk to the bitch in the bathroom.
Fucking,
What's her name?
Something Moody.
Panny Paul or Panny Pammy or Tammy.
I like Panny Pammy. That's good.
Yeah, I was like,
man,
I go, oh, he's gonna have to go talk to whatever that girl's. What is it? Morning Myrtle or
Moaning Myrtle.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
What was yours? Panny?
Panny Tammy or
Panny
Pammy. No, Panny Pammy.
Panny Pammy. Okay, I like.
That's hard to say 5 times fast.
Yeah, that'd be a good tongue twister.
Pammy.
Yeah. No, yeah, same thing. I thought he was gonna go in there and be getting like a last little cameo from her, but then it was just another ghost that people are.
Really?
I don't understand why everybody hates the ghosts in this Harry Potter world. They're always mean to them.
Yeah, I think that's just what kids do. Kids are dicks.
I guess, but like, I just feel like if I was a kid and I met a ghost, I'd be so fucking excited. Like I'm like, oh cool, I can have a ghost friend. I mean, that's fucking great.
If they could talk and they were cool, sure.
Yeah,
but
like a ghost. I mean, I wouldn't want to be friends with Moaning Myrtle though. Probably she seems kind of annoying. I gotta be honest.
A little bit.
But also maybe she's annoying because she's been traumatized from all these kids. So who knows?
Yeah.
So it also is kind of weird because like Dumbledore did die there and all that. Like, how come he's not a ghost there or like a painting there that talks to kids and all that?
Yeah, this is true. I wonder why. I wonder how you end up getting a painting and you.
Yeah, how do they pick and choose
That's
who
weird.
gets to stick around like that?
I don't know. Apparently, if you put clips on TikTok, you'll get people that know things.
True.
So apparently, the scene was really important. So
That's funny. I haven't even looked. Is there a bunch of comments for the Three Brothers thing on TikTok?
I was like going to bed last night, and Abby's like, "Wow," she's like, "You got a little hater on your TikTok video, huh?" Shut up, bitch. And I was like,
that's
"Yeah,
hilarious."
I honestly, I don't care. Like, you know, like it is what it is. Like, it was just like, to me, it seemed corny, and it was just like, I mean, and see, and that's the thing. Like, and that goes back to our beginning comments of like I'm not gonna watch these movies again. Like, I didn't want to watch these movies. I've never watched them for a reason. Like, it's cool that I watched them. Like, I gotta watch. Abby watched every one with me. She loves these fucking movies. You enjoyed these movies. I enjoyed them, but that's it. That's the extent of my enjoyment.
Yeah.
I'm not going to retain this information in 5 years.
Totally not. By the time we're done with the Quentin Tarantino movies, all this will be gone.
Do you remember when Snape? And I mean, I might remember like Snape killed Dumbledore or something. But
those big moments.
I'm not gonna, be like, oh yeah, let's debate this or let's get into a talk about it. So I mean, yeah, it's cool. Like I said, maybe it was super important. Wasn't all that important to me. So
no, it was so unimportant to me too that me and you both forgot what the 3 items were in the last podcast while talking about it because it didn't even matter.
Is true.
It didn't even matter to that movie either.
This is
to
true.
be honest, it was mostly for this movie.
So I told Abby that, and she goes, who cares? She's like, she goes, I think it might be a good thing that you guys are getting like some pushback like on your pod, like because. And I go, fucking bring the haters, bitches. Bring the haters.
Come fight us, fuckers.
Shut up,
bitch. Fuck,
so
dude.
This is the part where I guess I kind of spoiled last week, but we were both confused on this. So I wrote down, there's Fred and George, so they're clearly alive. And then about 25 minutes later, all of a sudden, George is dead on the floor. And they're crying over him and all that. So he did die. Yeah. He just got really fucked up over 2 movies, I guess. Jesus Christ.
That whole scene I thought was pretty cool before when that little short dude put the spell over Hogwarts and it was like lost.
Yeah, that was neat.
And then like at the bottom when they like run through to try to get to Neville Longbottom where he's at,
Mhm.
and then they like disappeared, and he's like nah, 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 like or whatever
Yeah.
he said. I was
Mhm.
like, oh, that's actually kind of funny. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was cool when they like putting the spells, and then like was it McGonagall? She like reenact or brings these like huge fucking like medieval knights to life,
Oh,
like
mhm.
stone medieval knights. And she's like, I've always wanted to use that spell. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty
No,
cool.
it's like fun
I'm like,
seeing her
that's
being
pretty
like,
cool.
"Fuck yeah, I get to get
Yeah,
some action," instead of just being like,
yeah,
"Don't harm Harry
yeah,
Potter in this." No, it's
yeah.
so funny rewatching this now because, like, totally as a kid, I so misunderstood her. I thought all the fucking teachers
No,
hated Harry Potter, all that shit. So I'm so glad rewatching it that I'm like, oh, she's so nice to him. She's like the only person that like is just openly caring about him all the time.
yeah. One, I think. I mean, Snape was that way too. We found out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's such a
So
sad little when he gets to see that flashback and see
yeah,
he
Abby
loved
was
his
like crying.
Oh,
I'm like,
really?
God
Yeah, he
damn. I'm
loved
like,
the mom,
okay.
and then the dad like stole her from him, and then he has to
Yeah,
protect Harry
yeah.
only to then let Harry die
But it
and
kind
all
of
this
pisses
shit.
me off that I didn't pick up on that like earlier because it makes total sense. Like,
Oh yeah, no, I
oh,
never did either.
your dad was a dick, like, and it's like, what? Like, really? Like, but it makes total sense that like, he was in love
Yeah,
with Lily,
he
his
wanted to get a little
mom.
Potter
Yeah.
too.
So I was like, fuck. I'm like, it makes total sense, but
Yeah,
oh well. But
it
yeah.
it is a
So
little weird too because he got like a little like special look in his eye when Dumbledore was like, he has her eyes, and he's like, oh
yeah,
fuck, now I have to
yeah,
watch the kid. God damn
yeah,
it.
yeah. He's like, all right, I'll take care of the kid.
But I feel like he could have held back a little bit, cause it'd have been like if like something happened with you and I had to watch like Peyton or something. But I'm like, I gotta be mean to Peyton though, cause no one can know I care for him. So I'm like kicking him down the stairs, smacking his books out of his hand or something. But then like in
Yeah,
the
but see,
background's like protecting him in fights, like sending a
yeah,
deer or whatever.
yeah.
It was like he
Yeah,
could have toned it down a little bit.
I really enjoyed that montage at
Mm-hmm.
the end there with where like it was like, oh shit, okay, like
Like he
that's
was,
kind of
and they go
cool,
back to the
like
first movie of him like looking at him and
yeah,
shit. That was kind of funny.
yeah,
Um, what did I
yeah.
write down here?
And
Oh,
that's where you find out that Harry Potter has to die.
yeah. I wrote down here too. I don't remember if this is before or later on, but at one point Malfoy's friend tries to kill Hermione. He says the Avada Kedavra and like
Yeah,
misses her, and then
yeah,
Ron goes chase him and shit. But that's like like he legit tried to fucking kill her, like fucking
yeah.
crazy. Just that little
Shocking
dweeb in
that
the movie. Um,
shocking that none of them died.
yeah. It also I feel like
The
some of them
main
like
three.
I get doing the good guy thing of like disarming them and like. But sometimes these good guys might have to do a little Avada Kedavra and kill some people too. To save the greater good, it might be better. Because, like, so many wizards and kids died that day. If they would have just killed some of those bad guys, it might have went by a little easier.
Yeah,
Instead of just disarming them and whatever. I mean, maybe the adults were, but it seemed like a lot of the kids were just disarming.
basically. Well, they weren't allowed to do any. I mean, they weren't allowed to do real magic until they were like 17
Well,
or
yeah,
whatever,
but I mean,
right?
like, now, when they're all fighting on Hogwarts grounds and
Yeah.
all that. But so Voldemort killed Snape. That's when we get the flashback tears and all that. But were you surprised that Snape ended up dying and like got fucking eaten by a snake and all this shit?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised at that. Didn't expect that. Didn't just me. Yeah, I was a little surprised at that. Didn't see that coming.
From there too, so that's Harry figures out all that, and then he ends up dying. So and when he's dead, you see a bloody little tiny gross Voldemort, like laying
Yeah.
under a table or whatever. It's fucking
Yeah.
weird and gross, and like they barely explain it,
Yeah,
but
well, because at first I'm like, what is this? I'm like, what is going on?
it was fucking weird.
I'm like, is that like is Dobby being born right now? What's going
Oh
on?
fuck! I didn't even think about Dobby. That would have been cool. Dobby
Because I'm
being
like,
reborn
what is
there.
this? I'm like, what the fuck is that?
But so then while that's going on, or maybe even before that, I don't know. But Neville kills the snake with Hermione and Ron, and then Harry ends up beating Voldemort, and he breaks the Elder Wand and throws it like into a river or a lake, whatever, was
Yeah.
off that bridge or whatever. The one part that confused me in that fight, it looked really cool. All of that was really neat with Voldemort and Harry.
Yep.
But when
Yep,
he takes
yep.
the Elder Wand out of his hand, did he literally use magic, almost like the Force, to like it looked like he like disarmed him, and instead of it
Yeah.
going behind him, it flew forwards into Harry's hand.
Yeah, I think well, because I I think it all goes back to the beginning of the movie. At least
Like when
what I took it as.
the one like shows him kind of.
The one chooses who that wants to. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I was like, it just for physics wise, it looked so weird in the movie that it threw me off.
And hey, don't listen to me because I don't know shit. So that's just the way I took it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But then lastly in the movie, we get 18 years later. And we get Harry as an adult, Hermione as an adult, Ginny as an adult, Ron.
Yeah. Ginny looked a little rough.
Yeah, some of them it was a little. Some of them looked really good. Some of them were fucking weird.
I was like, wow, Ginny looks like I don't know. She just looked weird.
It looks like Harry might be looking for some other stuff, you know.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Didn't expect that.
Yeah, kind of neat. You get to see like all their
cool.
kids and all that. Yeah. They're going off to school. Or they're hanging out with Malfoy's kids and all that. I think because there's the book I have up there, which I've never read. It's the
it's just for show.
It's the play book. Like they did like a live play of Harry Potter and then turned it into a book.
Right.
I think in that like Harry's son and Malfoy's son are like best friends or could be a gay couple or something like that. There's something together, I think. And I was like, oh, it's kind of interesting. I would like to see that further on. That'd be kind of like 'cause they were foes and then their kids hang out. But I don't remember what the explanation. I don't know what their relation is, and I didn't look it up.
It'll be completely. I'm really interested to see where they go with this show.
Me too. After watching all these, I'm curious, like where they're gonna like start with it. If they will just start how these ones do with like him as the baby, them dropping him off, all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Or if it'll end the 18 years later time jump, or because like it'd be kind of cool if they continued on a little more past the movies or books.
Well, yeah, but I mean, where are you going to go? Because, I mean, all evil is gone now, right?
Well,
I mean,
I'm sure there's more evil.
What I mean?
I bet.
Right.
Let me actually let's look up. Let's see who's the bad guy of that other book, and we'll see if like maybe Voldemort's back.
Yeah. There was a Horcrux that everyone forgot about.
Yeah, he had a golden dildo Horcrux that I just forgot to touch.
Wow, the golden dildo.
Let's see. Oh, so it's called Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and it says Delphine, better known as Delphi, is the main antagonist of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. She is the secret daughter of Bellatrix. She's the daughter of Bellatrix and Voldemort, so it's Voldemort's daughter. That's the villain. I gotta be honest, that sounds pretty stupid, but even though I just said Malfoy and Harry hanging out was fun, but that seems
you gotta go somewhere.
Yeah, well, like, when did they fuck? She fucked him looking like that gross little snake?
I don't know.
That just
you tell me.
Just seems,
I don't know.
Seems a little gross, but I don't know.
Don't be a pussy.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? They have to go some direction. They have to use what they have out there. Otherwise, people are gonna go, "Where did this come from?" Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Your door's opening.
Oh, do you want to let her out? Here, let me help. All right. So we have 5 minutes on here. Do you think it'll take us longer than 5 minutes to do our ranking, or do you think it'll be quick?
What do you think? My ranking is pretty pretty easy.
I'd say mine's pretty easy too. I just gotta find which movie I added it on. All right, there we go. I just had to fix a couple on mine. I forgot to put part 2 on my 7 part 2, so that made it.
When were you gonna tell me that you were a superhero, dude?
That I was a superhero?
Yeah. When were you gonna tell me?
When did I become a superhero?
I see here that your Mima wished you a happy birthday to her superhero grandson on Facebook.
Oh, I didn't. I wasn't. Now she's releasing my identity to the public. She's gonna make all my villains come after me.
Shut up, bitch!
He says, "Happy birthday to my superhero grandson."
That's funny. That's a little strange. I gotta be honest, but that's kind of cute.
And then it has a picture of Superman doing like this weird.
She's revealing
pose
to everybody that I'm Superman. I take off my glasses, and now you know. Would you like to go first or second for your list of favorite Harry Potter?
It doesn't matter. Mine is super easy. Which one did I not like? Was it 4? I think it was the Order of the Phoenix, right? That's the one that we were both just
I think so. Yeah, that was the one that we were both like, that was pretty bad.
Yeah. That one's last.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else goes in order from newest to oldest.
Wow, okay.
That's how easy. Yeah.
Mine's a
little
little more
I liked
mixed.
each one a little bit better than the last, except that one. And I was like, yeah, that's terrible. So I promise you that is my true ranking. I'm not just taking the easy way
Winning.
out,
Mhm.
and I did not forget to do
No,
this list.
it
I
tracks though,
promise
because
you.
over every podcast you've been like, I like this one a little better. Oh, I like this one a little bit better.
Yeah.
Uh, mine's a little more mixed than that. So mine, I'll go from worst to best. So
Okay.
I got 3. I didn't put any of the titles. so
Azkaban,
I'm just
right? I think that's Azkaban.
Yeah. So I got 3, 4,
Akbar.
5, 7 part 2, 7, 6, 1, 2. So I like 2 and
Okay.
1 the best. But I feel like 'cause
Yeah.
those remind me of like Home Alone movies, so they're really fun. But I
Right.
will agree, they do get so much better movies as they go on.
Yeah. That's me personally.
Like so like my top 4 is the second one, the first one, the 6th one, and then the second to last one is my top 4.
Yeah. Don't cut this and make a TikTok out of it, because I'm sure we'll get roasted. by the
What the fuck? You like that movie the best? What the fuck? Why'd you think that?
Fucking Order of the Phoenix was the best one ever.
See, like going into this, I thought I was gonna love the third movie because it's the time travel one. I used to love that one. That's my least favorite one.
That's the Prince of Azkaban, I believe.
I think so,
Or
yeah.
the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, which that's the introduction of Sirius Black and all that, which is fun.
Yeah.
But I feel like the first hour and a half of that movie or whatever was just so slow. I didn't like it.
Yeah, me personally, the way I took it with me was like I think I enjoyed them more as they got older, as they
That makes
aged,
sense.
as they were to do more grown-up stuff.
So like that being
So-
said, when the HBO show starts, are you gonna be like not as interested in the first couple seasons because they'll be kids, or do you think it'll still suck?
Well,
you
we
in?
don't, but we don't know we don't know.
I
where
guess
they're
yeah,
starting,
we
did
don't
they
know.
say?
We don't know. Yeah, so it could be older than that. I just assume
I
they're gonna
mean,
do the
I'm
same as the
sure
books.
as long as we're still talking, which I don't know why we wouldn't, and that as long as we're doing a podcast,
Harry
I would
Potter
assume,
tears us apart.
I would assume that we'll at least talk about it.
Yeah,
So,
I would assume.
and
so.
I'm sure you'll probably end up watching it, and maybe I will too.
Yeah, I'll watch it regardless because
because
it'll be an HBO show, so I'll give it a try no matter what.
This is true.
Like unless they do like the night of part 2, I'll try anything on HBO. You know. Although
Even if they did a night of
even
part
then, I
2.
would probably watch it because I'd be curious. Like what the fuck
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah.
They should do another Adnan Syed documentary on HBO. I feel like they could
Yeah,
do
well,
an update of
it's
that.
fucked. They let him out, and then they
Yeah.
they redid the charges. Now they got him back again.
Yeah, I feel
I'm
like
like,
they have
dude,
so much
I'm
they
like,
can cover.
make up your fucking
yeah,
mind.
Seriously.
I'm like, the poor. I mean, and I've always been on the side that he's innocent.
yeah, I remember thinking he's innocent. I
So-
think Nick thought he was guilty.
Nick was always the one
Yeah.
that thought he was guilty. Yeah, and yeah. So
So we have less than a minute. Do you know? It is Reservoir Dogs that we'll watch first, right? Or is there something before
I
that?
did not do any research.
Me
Jerome.
either. I'm hoping I can get this in here really.
I figured we could figure that out via text, or
Yeah.
I kind of miss the old days where after the pod you would just leave me on and we'd talk for a little bit.
I
Just
know.
bullshit.
I gotta get that.
But now it's like
It cuts us
bam,
off the second
see
it's
you
over.
later.
Let's see. So his first, it is Reservoir Dogs. So it'll be Reservoir Dogs,
Okay.
Pulp Fiction, and then one episode of ER are our first 3
We're
things
gonna
we'll
watch the episode of ER.
I
Where
think-
are we gonna find that at?
I'm sure it's streaming. And if it's not,
think?
then we'll just skip it. But
Okay.
for
all
right
right.
now, we'll watch because I think he's only done like 2 or 3 episodes of TV. So I thought that'd be fun to add those in there. Fuck, the meeting closed exactly what we were talking about.
Kiss my pee-pee.
Oh my god. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe. Next week, we're watching Reservoir Dogs, so get excited for that. And yeah, if you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it.